Code switching, though, is something that you learn to do pretty early as a young adult, as a Black woman. I think a lot of things just came naturally to me because of the way that I spoke at home and how that was aligned with the dominant culture or professional culture of how you communicate with boss or colleagues, things like that.
Code switching is something I didn't even know was a thing until I got to the class in college and the teachers was speaking about it, like, this is what you're doing. And I didn't realize I was doing it because that's just the way that was the way things have been done. Everybody around me, I saw how they talk differently when they're in a room full of white people and want to make them comfortable, or they're going for an interview. They have to say certain things and talk a certain way to not seem scary. And I've always done it. Again, I went to a predominantly white college, and I'm there on campus. I have to make sure I'm smiling and look high and this and that because I don't make anybody feel uncomfortable. Because the minute I just kind of relax and do myself and be on my own or talk to my friends the way we talk to each other, it's, oh, you're like that. Like, no, I'm a person. I have personality, I have experiences, I can talk to certain people a certain way, but I have to constantly code switch to not scare anybody, to let them know I'm okay to hire, I'm okay to talk to, I'm okay to be around, I'm not a scary person. People see your name, my name, I'm Nigerian. People see my name, it automatically scares them. I have to get on the phone. When I go on interviews, I make sure I try to get on the phone and put on my best white voice possible. I have to code switch all the time because I have to make sure to let them know, hey, I'm not scary. I'm not what you think. I'm not a thug. I'm not this and that. I'm an educated man, and I always want a simple opportunity.
But it's funny, as an adult thinking of code switching, it's getting harder as an adult because I want to be more and more myself. I'm more and more of myself, of my true self. Code switching becomes harder. I work in a small team in a bank, so there's only a handful of employees, and there's another person of color, a woman, and I'll often find myself like switching back out of the professional tone and dialect and saying things that are slightly inappropriate maybe, or might be perceived as such from someone who doesn't understand the context. So it's a beauty and a curse. You get to have, as an adult, you have those bonds, but the curse is that your other employees don't really understand it. It can be seen as, some people receive it offensively. But code switching is important. I think it's a part of success. I think it's a narrative that Black people in America just grow up with. It's going to be a part of their narrative, whether they lived in a predominantly Black community or not.
It's sad because a lot of people in our communities have to code switch. A lot of times we don't even know we're code switching. It's just so much embedded into our society from generation to generation. You see your parents do it, your grandparents do it. It's just a way of survival tactic. You want to live and survive and hopefully prosper, you got to make the majority happy. So by default, you switch up the way you talk or the way you dress in certain places or things of that nature because you have to kind of hide your culture a little bit to make everybody else feel comfortable. And that sucks, but that's what we got to do sometimes.